Well, I want to get quickly to a story that we know is true and that I think says a lot, and it has to do with donations. We mentioned earlier radical attorney Lynne Stewart. She was convicted of helping a jailed terrorist, Sheikh Abdul Rahman, communicate with his followers. She received a prison sentence of only 28 months. We just talked about that. Prosecutors looking for 30 years. What's interesting, though, billionaire financier George Soros, who has opposed President Bush from the beginning, in fact, I believe spent more money than any individual ever as a private individual in a presidential race to defeat Bush. Turns out he is a donor. He donated at least 20 grand to the Lynne Stewart Defense Committee. Now, here's a guy, A.B. Stoddard, who's, I believe, the single biggest contributor to the Democratic Party. I mean, he's a big deal in the Democratic Party, the biggest deal. And he's contributing to the Lynne Stewart Defense Committee? Like, that strikes me as hard to defend.
It's a free country, and George Soros can pay for her legal defense.
Well, you can support NAMBLA too, but I mean, people look askance at it, don't they?
I think that the decision that the judge made is, surprising, as sentencing decisions often are. I know that you find it shocking. I think Lynne Stewart found it shocking as well, because she came to court with a little baggie with her sweatpants ready to go to prison. But the bottom line is we expect them to be neutral decisions, and they're really subjective. And he was moved by a lot of letters he received, and he made his decision whether George Soros contributed to her defense or not.
Well, I think that's absolutely right. I guess the point I'm making, Amanda, is that if, Richard Mellon Scaife, a person about whom we heard an awful lot, and still do to some extent from the left as this financier of the vast right-wing conspiracy, if he was giving money to the Tim McVeigh Legal Defense Fund, people would look at that and say,
You're right, Tucker.
Tells you a lot, doesn't it?
It'd be a huge story. And, we can't comment on judge decided and made a controversial decision, but what Democrats should do is disavow any money that George Soros has given to them. They should return it, give it back. We saw this happen with the Foley scandal. Immediately, Republicans started giving back money to him. This is a sex scandal. Here we have somebody funding money essentially to terrorists, and the Democrats are going to keep that money.
Oh, you're very sweet, Amanda, but I believe George Soros gave somewhere around $27 million in the last cycle. I don't think anybody's returning any of it, but we can hope. Thank you both very much. I appreciate it.
Thanks.
You. A new study